going to talk about a problem you may or may not have, but so many people I hear from have it. Physically, what this pandemic has done to so many people physically, right? The weight gain, the lack of exercise, the just, wearing schleppy clothes so you just, don't feel sexy or productive or whatever it is. There's just a lot that has to do with our physical being. Not to mention the stress of thinking like, oh my God, am I going to get COVID? Am I going to get sick? How sick am I going to get? Am I going to die? So just all of those things that are physical indicators, right? We're going to deal with that today, and you're going to get some solutions, should you choose to implement them, because you do have to implement them, all right? Here we are again. I am so glad to be with you. We're going to talk about a problem you may or may not have, but so many people I hear from have it. Physically, what this pandemic has done to so many people physically, right? The weight gain, the lack of exercise, the just, wearing schleppy clothes so you just, don't feel sexy or productive or whatever it is. There's just a lot that has to do with our physical being. Not to mention the stress of thinking like, oh my God, am I going to get COVID? Am I going to get sick? How sick am I going to get? Am I going to die? So just all of those things that are physical indicators, right? We're going to deal with that today, and you're going to get some solutions, should you choose to implement them, because you do have to implement them, all right? The physical being that we are encased in, your essence lives inside of, wants us to be juicy, wants us to feel good inside of it, wants us to, our joints tell us, that it needs to be exercised in that. But during this time, it was like I heard more conversations of people early on. Everybody was baking bread. Okay, what does that have to do with? It has to do with comfort, home, connection, family, all of these things. And during this time, so much of that has changed. A friend of mine yesterday just told me that a dear friend of hers came over and they got to see each other for the first time in 18 months. And she lives by herself and she works in the medical field. And she said, I have not been touched or gotten a hug in 18 months. That is a very, very long time for a human to not be touched, to not be held, to not have their physical body held so that the rest of you can feel that that comes with that hug from somebody that you really love or care about, right? So your physical body needs nourishment. And most of us have kind of overnourished during this time, right? I have another friend who said that she works with Peace for Kids, which is the group that I support with any program that you buy from me. They are foster kids from inner city Los Angeles. And she does such great stuff with them. They all do. Everybody involved with the organization, amazing. But these kids have put on 50 to 60 pounds a piece. Why? Because they sat around and they ate junk that made them feel good in the moment. But long-term, no. Okay. So it's the kind of eating that we did, the stress eating, the overeating, right? Our systems don't like us to overeat. They don't like us to eat stuff that our body doesn't recognize as food. They just go store it somewhere. They don't do anything with it but store it. So it's looking at our food habits, looking at how we can exercise to regain our physical body strength, and how we can decide here today that we're going to take some steps to take better care of this beautiful being, outer shell that we've been given called a body. And one of those things is, how can I eat more plant-based? I'm not saying give up meat. I'm just saying more plant-based. In other words, what if you just decided to clean the junk out of your house? all the food that had things that you can't pronounce are sugars in them, like a lot of sugars, anything over like 5 grams of sugar per cookie or per whatever. Just get a big old garbage bag and put it all in there. I know you're saying, no, I need that stuff, I have to have that. But just, you can always rebuy it if you're freaking out. But it's just saying to yourself, I want to really nourish myself, not just eat, not just stuff in my face unconsciously, but I want to eat what will really serve me. So plant-based, think of it, and it doesn't have to be just salads. There's wonderful things you can do with vegetables. You can grill them, you can steam them, you can saute them, you can make different combinations with them. You can have them raw. I'll tell you a really wonderful recipe that I love, just in a food processor, or you can chop it up really finely if you don't have a food processor. I just do beets and ginger, and then I add lemon and hemp oil and salt. That's it. It makes a really good dip to put on crackers. You can add it to tahini. You can add it to hummus. You can, do all sorts of things with it. You can put it in your salads. It's very zesty. You can, really good for cleaning out your liver. And after this time, our liver really needs a good cleaning. So beets, carrots, any kind of radishes, and artichokes are really, really great liver cleaner. Milk thistle tea, really good. Now, I know that eating is just one component of taking care of your physical body, that exercising is another, that meditation is another, that breathing is another. We're going to address all of these, I promise you. But in this one, we're just going to address how we eat. Eat to live, not live to eat, right? And in this time of uncertainty, when you feel like, oh my God, what if I get sick? I have a Peruvian family whom I adore, and their son is now going to school at a university in Los Angeles. And he came over for dinner last night, and he said that he was asking everybody, like they went down to buy him a car, and he asked the guy at the car dealership, did you get vaccinated? And the guy, said no, because I have, family that's our doctors, and they said, don't do it. And then he asked a woman, he said, who was overweight, like really overweight, at the airport, if she got vaccinated. She goes, no, I gave up soda and I'm just eating ginger candy. So when we have put on extra weight, we are more susceptible, right, to dis-ease, because we are carrying extra fat that pads our organs. It sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? Like, oh, our organs are padded. But it's really not, because it starts attaching to your organs, and then it's really hard to get rid of. So eating better really has a lot to do with it. Making sure that you take vitamin D3 and zinc. I know that this has been everywhere, but I'm saying it again. Turmeric is also another really great thing. And lion's mane is for your nervous system and your memory both. Okay, lion's mane. Think of it, the mane of the lion. Yes. So just know that your physical body is calling out to you. And if you need to lose weight, then you're going to get to, and I'm saying get to, exercise a lot. But if you just put on a few pounds and you know that you need to make a change, then look at your diet. Okay, look at what it is that you're putting on your plate, the amounts. You can trick yourself and buy smaller plates, or eat on smaller plates, and you'll eat less, okay? Don't go back for seconds. When you sit down, bless your food. Bless all the people that have gotten it to you, okay? When you snack, do the same thing. If you're going to have a snack, instead of just eating unconsciously, or you walk by if you're, back in the office and you pick up, candy that's around the office and you just eat it, you may not recognize it, but your body recognizes it, and it will just store it, okay? Sugar does not do good things for your nervous system. It does not do good things for the enamel on your teeth. It does not do good things for your skin. We know that it, puts on weight, but there's all these other components to what sugar does to you, not for you. So bless. When you stop and create that space to bless whatever it is you're eating, I will tell you, even if it's junk, it will be better. But if it's not junk, What if you decided to have a few nuts or something that had protein that would actually make you feel full? You know, some crackers and hummus, something that had, let's face it, beans and nuts are more fulfilling and more filling than chips. Because what happens with the chips is that you want more. Have you ever just eaten like 2 or 3 chips? No, nobody does. You think I'm just going to have a few, and then I'll have a few more, then I'll have a few more. But with nuts, you don't need a whole lot of them. Same thing with anything that's bean-based. It can be white beans, it can be garbanzos, black beans, doesn't matter. You can make a dip out of any of these. Super inexpensive, and you just add different wonderful things that you love to it. Like, get creative, add some oil and some garlic and a few herbs, and you can put in some olive paste, or you can put in some chilies or peppers or tomatoes, or just get creative. Look what's in your fridge, and if you don't have good stuff in your fridge, now is the time. Go shopping at the store with plant-based in mind. Go to that section of the store first before you go around and get all the treats and the cereals and the sugar stuff that doesn't serve you, and it won't help you with your stress levels, because the more sugar that we eat, the more stressed out we feel. And right now there's enough stress to go around, so you want things that make you feel calmer. Anything green. This is why they actually wear green in the hospital, but it's not the right color of green anymore, but to make you feel more calm and that you will trust people more. So green leafy vegetables, celery, super good for your nervous system, kale, Swiss chard, spinach, anything in that dark green family. The darker the better, right? So I invite you into having a more wonderful, easy, self-serving relationship with you and your physical body, so that you have the space to deal with the stresses of these times. And you're not just trying to numb out with the food that you've eaten so that you have a protective layer of fat to keep you from feeling, but that you realize that your grace state, your power state, is really in experiencing this deep health, that you actually feel good in your body, as opposed to that you are just trying to not feel this beautiful gift of a body that our essence lives in. Waheguru, blessings to you. If you feel that these videos are helping you and you would like more support, more information, more knowingness, because I believe that a really good toolkit and the support to create the habits, that's what will uplift you. That's what will keep you on track. And know that if you go down below and you just like this video, you leave a comment, you share it with others so more people can, benefit from this, send me an email, you will get a discount on a course that I have. Anyone that you want, I will give you a discount code for, so that it can serve you in your life to be more empowered, more connected. Be your own energy guru.